We're going to go down here and check out a new industrial area. Kind of caught our attention yesterday when we were driving home up the freeway up on the 19th Avenue to Grand. There's old 19th Avenue, Grand, McDowell section. So I'll show you what caught our attention. The freeway's just right there behind here. It looks like they're putting in a bunch of tanks over here. Almost like the tanks they use for fuel, for transmix, or different kind of gasolines, diesel, whatever. And I see a couple tanks are in the background over there on the other side of the tracks, but these ones just really caught our attention. At first you're saying, well, it's kind of ugly that these tanks are going in right here. They almost look like they're used tanks that they're putting back together, but it could just be the way they look. Look, when they're painted, they'll look like the ones in the background. And of course, now even myself have a very different perspective of what they look like here versus driving up by them right there. But driving down there, when you're down there looking at it, going, what the hell are these big tanks right here out of nowhere? They were not there, and it's kind of like blocks the whole area when you're looking that way. But industry is what industry is, and that is, the railroad tracks and a lot of loading areas here and everything. So they are where they belong. So I just thought I'd go ahead and take the drone down here and take a look. And when I pulled over, it looked like I could see people working on there, and indeed there is. So we'll zoom in, that way we keep our distance. We are many hundreds of feet away when I zoom in. So, and he's doing some welding, so that is really cool. Several workers up there. And you can tell that they weld these together in sections. While we might get some pretty good views of these suckers here. See them doing something there, but what got me distracted as it was me by views is see these suckers from the inside. There's somebody working right there. They got the walkway inside the rim there with the normal, approved fall protection going on there. That is very interesting. And they have bracing going on in there. It said this is put together in pieces. Huh. Very interesting. Got some tooling down there in the bottom. So, and there's some openings down there for the valves and all that kind of stuff. And that might be a point of egress, which is exit and whatever you want to call it when you come into the place. Ways off. It's cool. So they are putting these together. I imagine there's probably going to be a couple more. Take another gander over here. Looks like they were doing some construction, welding, and everything here. Getting it done. It's America right here. It's not welding. It was welding when I came up there, so unfortunately now that I'm going to come over here to pause, he's not. But you can see that, this is all put together in strips before they're painted to where they just look like one solid container. As you see here, they are not. Oh, the guy's doing some work, grinding or welding. Interesting. It'd be interesting to ever catch this when they're putting the tops on. How they lay that down there and construct it. It's a little bit of wind. So the drone is compensating for it a little bit. Looks like some guy went over there. them stairs. They go all the way around. And I just lost control because a lot of metal and all that around there. Oh, the crane is in action. That's cool looking. Where's this guy come right here? Make sure we're not this guy's way. Sunday.
Sunday?
No, the guy is here. I was saying you guys working on Sunday, huh?
It's Monday.
Oh, is it Monday? Well, holiday, yeah. Okay. Speaking of labor, this is Labor Day, so these guys are working, probably getting at least double time. Try to do another 360. There's a crane there, but as far back as I am, you know, doing the 360, I am way out of the, you know, circular path of that crane.
What were you videoing nothing?
Almost done. You guys welding up now. The crane's moving. Go take one more quick look. Wonder what he's bringing up to him, or unless it's pieces for the other one. Doing the seams over there, filling it in. See if that crane brings up anything else. Other than that, we'll be heading back here in a minute. These are big tanks that they're building, so of course those guys working right there. They are way up there. It's kind of cool apparatus they got there. Those things are literally hanging on the top lip, so they're probably climbing over from the inside to get down in those things. That is cool. Oh yeah, he's doing some welding, so let me stop right here in the middle. Edit, I could crop in right here. Yeah. Train's moving again. So this would be some sort of a storage tank for fuel or something. Surprised Joe Biden ain't trying to put a stop to it. So while they do that, let's go take a look. I don't know if I can go that far. I said there's other tanks, 2 of them right here, so this is probably just, and the ones over there, this is probably just additions, but looks like they're kind of, this kind of circle in this industrial area. It's pretty interesting, some of the tanks and what they do. I went to one place before working on some AC unit for the office, which is kind of funny because the stuff they were doing on site was using the theory of refrigeration and distillation and stuff like that. And what they do is, he said, the transmix, they bring like the diesel, oil, and the gasoline, everything. It just comes on one tank all mixed. It's called transmix. And that's when you have the tall, towers and tanks. That way you get the separation, so you could skim off, the gas on the top and the condensed liquid on the bottom, and that way, manipulating pressure and temperature, you can separate, the different fuels, get the diesel from the gasoline, the different whatever, that they have. They're mixing together. And that's out in the West Valley, which is pretty interesting. So, and you can see they had a lot of high-tech, more modern equipment there. A lot of this looks very old right here, but this has probably been here for many, many years. Not sure what they do here, but see all these tall tanks right there? This could be one of those type of facilities that takes transmixed, fuels, oils, or whatever, and separates them see all the equipment for doing it. These just look like tanks, but pretty interesting though. This is kind of the overall area right here. Might make a good spot for a thumbnail right here if I back up enough. Some new tanks. It's the freeway. Well, at this point, it looks all perfectly normal, unexpected stuff. When you're driving up the road, though, it's like these two big tanks just overshadow, you know, right before you get to the intersection there. Just, you definitely noticed it down from the perspective of being in your car coming off the freeway on the 19th Avenue there. I was like, what is that? Those are definitely not there before. Crazy stuff they have hanging from the top. They're down in there. It's little cages where they're doing their welding or whatnot. Well, there's a big opening down there. Or is that just a color? Nah, it's not an opening. Or is it? It is an opening. Huh. That's probably what they're getting ready to put in place, maybe. I saw that. You see where all the tank fill connections and whatnot go. There's a little daylight showing through. But it looks like there's a big section left out the bottom. It's probably where the guys are going in and out, actually, right there. You can see it now. It's probably what that panel is. Maybe that's right down there. Who knows? Okay, I'll go ahead and record a little bit more of the industrial area here since I got the drone out. That's looking northwest, and that's the train tracks there following Grand. This is Grand Avenue. Splits off a little bit for all the, you know, pickups, everything for all the industrial sites. I've been here for many, many years. So we got some tracks going in there. Oh no, what are you doing? Your phone hot?
Okay.
Okay. A bunch of, you can see that, you know, there's a lot of different tanks. Just like out west, there's like a fertilizer place out in El Mirage. You know, train used to go way back in there. It was the only purpose of that one single track. And you got kind of the same thing here, where these tracks just go a ways and split off just for pickup drop-offs. It's a regular tank.
What?
And more splits. And then finally, down here, we got that one dead end at the road there. It just looks funny to me right there. There's one that goes right up to McDowell, but doesn't cross it. Just dead ends. And then these two go across. Some of the ones that you hear the trains go through. It really splits off here. This is where, you know, they hook up and unhook, you know, various train cars. Then it's also obviously, you know, pick and drop for all this stuff here. The new tanks on the left and all this existing stuff on the right. A little higher, and we'll check out across the way here. See, we get a little bit of interference earlier when I was over here, so if I go higher and zoom, should be able to go a little further, just to kind of want to get the rest of this shot, kind of see what it looks like. Never really looked at this before. It's interesting, you know. So the train goes, switching area, and then it all goes back to the two tracks, and then continues down Grand over there. interesting. Got State Fairgrounds over there on the right, a big Coliseum there. Grand Ave McDowell, 19th intersection there. And then the new tanks going in. Oh, they got that piece picked or no? Yeah, they were lifted something, and we missed it when we changed the batteries for the next well joint. Oh, interesting. Why am I getting a silhouette of a guy on it? A shadow. It's just funny how it looked. I think it's just the paint. It looked like a guy was on the crane on the actual. It's just the paint for the distance of my bad eyes. It's funny. Almost looks like a guy straddling that. Do you guys see that? In the shadow of the crane going up the side of the tower, it almost looks like a guy is hanging on like it would be like a ladder, like a fire ladder or something, like a guy's climbing it. But it's just the layout and some goofy the paint right there. It's just weird. It's like it's funny. Oh man, that big signal right there too, man. It sucks. That is funny. Huh. What a crazy silhouette that is. Let me pause here so I can get a shot and I'll highlight it. What it looks like in the distance, when you're looking on the tablet versus, in post-edit or watching it on the computer later. But the silhouette looks like a guy is climbing what looks to be a ladder, the shadow of the crane. That's just funny. See that right there? Looks like a guy is climbing that.
It does. It's actually kind of creepy a little bit.
But it's not. It's just a shadow of that and just the foobar paint, I guess.
It's not creepy, but that is weird. You can tell it's a shadow, though.
Yeah, but the shadow is from the crane, but the silhouette of the dude is not from the crane. That's what's funny. When I fly down right there, I really lose my signal. That sucks. Alright. Well, I suppose we really are done now. Let's just do a flyover this real quick. Since we're here, on the way back. Where they have all the animals and all that kind of stuff where they do that. I remember we bought your sister a rabbit out of one of these areas during the state fair. And the rabbit was psychotic. So this is the...
Well, we don't have any more, so obviously
What would they call this? It's got to have a chiller plant or something somewhere around here. Oh, it's probably one of these rooms on the side over there. There's cooling. Gotta have more cooling than just that. There's 2 cooling towers. Maybe it is all they got. Well, this is an old Coliseum. I mean, when I was a kid, I saw like Barney and Bailey or whatever it's called, circus.
You saw Barney the dinosaur in there?
No, it's something in Bailey, and I'm screwing it up right now, but it's an old circus. It's actually two different acts that they merged together. That's why I had the and. There's some small cooling towers and
What? You didn't go see Barney the dinosaur in the...
Hell no, it was no such thing.
Oh yeah, because it came out like 20 years
There's got to be
later.
some cooling towers on the other side too, I would think. Let's see what's over there real quick. For all that, they'd only have those two big towers.
Oh, wait, was this when you were a kid or when you were an
Yeah.
adult?
And that would be remote. Oh, no, there's nothing over here. This is like some of the main entrances. Right here, so we don't have the towers over there. Huh. Maybe that's it. Maybe that is it. Not like off site. The pipes going under the ground or anything, do they? No. I just thought that'd be surprising. So the chillers are probably in that room right here.
We're not done?
We're done. But this little room by itself, next to the, you can see all the pipes going to it, so it's obvious that's the central plant right there. Boiler in there and a couple chillers probably, and there's the cooling towers, but it's not as big as I thought it would be.
Don't we have more to drone after this?
Maybe. But right now I'm down 2 batteries from what I did have, so that kind of sucks. Alright. Well, we're going to go land this puppy now. I don't think of what we're going to do, but... I'm just going to cue in an early little segment I made.
Alright, make sure you, we're ending it right here, then make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I didn't say that in the right order. Oh yeah, and comment.
Yeah, there is no correct order. With that, we'll catch you guys later.